Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my Crackhead update, I took my old lady to see the real South Dallas. She just saw the Martin Luther King, Malcolm X part of South Dallas. I took her deep into the interior of South Dallas. And lo and behold, we was driving, and a lady was standing at the bus stop, buck naked, twerking. I don't know what type of drug she was on, but she didn't have no clothes on. And she twerking her ass off. That's my Crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out. Let's get ready to ride. I did a video on Charles Albright. He was known as the eyeball killer from Dallas. He was killing prostitutes in Dallas and removing the eyeballs. And they sentenced him to life. I was at the Bill Clements unit with this guy. He just died at the Montford unit. It's a psychiatric prison in Lubbock, Texas. He was 87 years old. He served 21 years on that life sentence. He had 19 more years to go before he was eligible for parole. They just proved my point. They'll keep you in prison until you die. Now, they could have released this man on a medical parole. But you got a violent case, that's not happening. They got facilities in Texas prison. They'll just allow you to die there. They got several medical prisons they will assign you to, and that's where you'll die at. So a lot of young guys, further down the road, that's what's in store for them. You're not going, if you got life without parole, it depends on your age when you receive that life sentence, just a regular life sentence, you really is royally screwed. If it's for violence, depends on what legislative act you under, you'll serve 40. They got some life sentences in Texas that will do 35. If you're under the old life sentences, they'll do 20. Some will do 15. It depends on when you came to prison or when you committed the crime. But this guy died. He had basically lost his mind with dementia. They still wouldn't release him. Also, yesterday, me and my old lady went and visited a guy. He had served 26 years in prison, and he was exonerated. He was telling me, man, he got a $1 million house now. He got a Bentley, he got a Lamborghini, and he got a vet. And he was telling me, man, when he got released, he said the only family member he had when he got locked up was his sister. He said he never received a letter. He said after about 10 years of writing her all the time, she never would respond. He just stopped writing. He said he never received a letter, never made commissary in 26 years in prison. And the Innocent Project was fighting this case, and they finally got him released. He said when he got arrived in Dallas, he didn't have nowhere to go but at his sister's house. So he called her from the Greyhound on the little free flip phone they give you when you release. And she came down and picked him up. He said from day one, he could sense that her husband didn't want him living at that house. Even though he ain't committed no crime, he got 26 years of his life gone. He committed no crime. And this guy, he said, he tried to tell him, hey man, I'm gonna be rich, man. They're gonna compensate me for all them years I was locked up. I'm gonna be a millionaire. He said, but his his brother-in-law always would get flippant with him. Yeah, but you're not a millionaire now. You living at my house. Always my house. They're possessive pronoun. My house. You're not making a person feel welcome like that. And he said his two nephews, his sister got two sons, taught him how to play the video games. He he said he didn't have no money but the $100 they give you to get released. So his sister took him to Walmart, bought him a few items, a couple pair of pants, and some underwear, t-shirts, socks, just basic stuff. He said, so all day he was spending playing a video game with his two nephews. He said, one day the brother-in-law came in. Also, he said he went and got food stamps. He gave him $200 food stamp. He said, I spent that on the house. I went and spent the whole card and bought groceries because I am living at the house using the electricity, using the water. And he said, his brother-in-law told him, hey, they're hiring out in Plano. Now, he live in Oak Cliff. Sure, it's a train that goes to Plano. But you got to have train fare, and you're going to have to make a transfer off the train in Plano to a bus to their job location. Now, he ain't got no money. The little $100 he got, he done spend that, he ain't got no money. And brother-in-law ain't talking about having him get a bus pass so he can make it to this job or taking him to the interview. He said, he asked his brother-in-law, say, how am I supposed to get to Plano? He said, you figured out how to get to prison. Why you asking me about how to get to Plano? How did you get to prison? He said, man, I ain't committed no crime. He said, you just set me up, man. I ain't committed no crime. That's how I got in prison. So he said one day, a couple of days later, the brother-in-law came in. He playing video game with his two nephews. And he told him, hey, man, that all you gonna do is stay on that Xbox? You need to be finding you some work. This man ain't been out of prison 2 weeks, man. He don't know how to maneuver around Dallas, even though he's from Dallas. So he told him, he said, well, man, I can tell when I'm not welcome. So I'm gonna leave, man. It's your house. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll make it. He said, man, that's your choice. And his sister told him, I'll give you a couple more days. He said, no, that's okay. I'm going to leave today. He said, he put his little stuff in a bag. He said, man, he left there walking with tears in his eyes. Don't know where he going to sleep that night. You don't know, got no money for food. I think he said he had $6, but you got to buy a bus pass. Get from Oak Cliff, he wanted to get to downtown Dallas. And he said he got downtown Dallas. All he did is walked around. Later that night, one of the homeless guys showed him how to sneak inside a Greyhound where he can get him some sleep. He said that happened on a Friday, so that Saturday morning, the security in the Greyhound, they run you off. They don't allow you to hang out in the Greyhound here in Dallas. You ain't got no ticket, you can't hang in there. So he said he called lawyers from the Innocent Project, explained his situation to him, that he's homeless now. He ain't got nowhere to live. And so people from the Innocent Project came, picked him up when he got him a motel. Later that week, they got him an apartment. Also, they got an organization here in Dallas. If you exonerate it, they give you $10,000. You ain't got to pay it back. It don't come out of your compensation package, which in Texas is $80,000 a year, and plus a monthly stipend for the rest of your life. Now he gets $11,400 per month. He'll get that for the rest of his life. And they gave him $2.6 million. And he said, he's screening paranoid of people. He said, and bad as society did me, he don't trust nobody. He said, man, I just go shopping. He said, I've been on a couple cruises. He said, really, I don't do anything. I'm at home all the time. He said, a lot of women, he said, I get them to come to my house. I got video and audio on my cameras, so I can record everything. Now, show you this guy straight up. He didn't ask me about my living condition. He immediately told me, hey, man, you and your old lady, man, y'all can stay here. I got 5 bedrooms here. You know, you got swimming pool. I mean, it's a badass house he live in. He said, man, y'all can stay here if y'all ain't got nowhere to camp out, man. Y'all can stay here if you want to. I said, no, we do good, man. I'm doing all right, man. You know. But he said when he got his money, he went, drove his Bentley over in Oak Cliff to take his 2 nephews shopping. He said he went in and talked to his sister. He said, I ain't give her no money. He said, it's just so happened, sorry-ass brother-in-law is there. He said he tried to come shake hand with me. Boy, that's my brother-in-law there. I see you doing it, man. Who you done robbed? I said, man, I told you I was going to be a millionaire, man. I told you, man. He said, you wouldn't help me, man. You wouldn't do nothing for me, man. You ain't doing but give me a hard time, man. He said, I've been locked up all them years, man. I don't expect to live free on nobody. He said, but at least give me a chance. Get acclimated to society. He wouldn't even do that. So she allowed him to take his 2 nephews shopping. He went and bought them a lot of stuff. He said, but as of this day, I never, ever gave them a penny. He said, I went and dropped by there once. The brother-in-law told me, hey, man, why you don't help us pay our house off? He said, shit, if you wouldn't have been so shitty toward me when I lived here, he said, I'd have gave you a couple $100,000 just for helping me out. He said, but since you treated me like shit, I'm not going to give you a penny. I'm not going to give you nothing. And he said, and he started getting mad. I can tell this affecting this guy real bad, man. I can tell he got mad as hell. He said, I told him, hey, I'm a free man now with a clean record. I will beat the brakes off your funk ass for trying to fuck over me. I've been locked up all them years for nothing, and you try to fuck over me. He said, try some shit on me now, and I'll kick the shit out of your punk ass. I can tell he got real mad. And we sit in kicked him. He can cook good as hell, because he was a cook in the prison. We sit and ate, and we and her, we spent 5 or 6 hours at his house, man. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing somebody positive, you know. Like people on YouTube be talking. I know a lot of guys here who are successful. Only about 5% of the inmates gonna make it good on the outside. I'm trying to make it good. It's a lot gonna stay free, but only about 5% gonna be successful out here. And I know a couple of them who are successful. They're doing good. They beating all the people out who've been free their whole life, ain't got jack. I said something about that once in a video, and somebody in the comment section said, well, they don't pay no salary, so you can't build assets. Hey, man, where I look at it, I was locked up 42 years. You should be able to learn how to maneuver, beat the system out here. If you got a minimum wage paying job, you got to upgrade your skill set to make more money. You can't stay at the same level. You got no skills as a common laborer and think you're going to make top dollar. It's not happening. So you still, just like in that prison, you got to learn how to manipulate the system. If you don't learn how to do that, you're not going to have no easy stay in prison. You got to learn how to beat the system. If you don't know how to do it, you better sit your ass down somewhere, because you get in a hell of a wreck. Also tomorrow, me and Sock Walker, he has his own channel. We're going to meet at the Margaret Hunt Bridge, and we're going to play chess. It'll be on YouTube. And also, he going to interview me. That'll be did tomorrow. I don't know when I'll upload it. I probably won't upload it until Monday. But we're going to see how that come out. You got to believe in yourself like you believe in God. Nobody don't owe you nothing. Really, ain't that many people going to help you out. You got to have fortitude. That's going to show you what you made out of. A lot of time, your back is going to be up against the wall. Without fortitude, you're going to fall by the wayside. Ain't going to be nobody there to pick you up. A lot of the old guys, they ain't got mama and grandma no more. They ain't got nobody. Just they on you on your own. Sometimes that's a good thing. That show you what you made out of. Can you survive? But if you don't want to survive, it's not going to happen. All right, I got to get this video uploaded, and I'm going to head over to Oak Cliff and hang out and kick it with the fellas a little while. Y'all follow me over on Patreon. Y'all keep your shanks ready in case we got to ride down on this fool. All these fools, they all broke now. They broke looking crazy. You ought to see South Dallas, boy. It's pathetic over there. Man, all them crackheads just sitting around looking crazy. And people be talking about crackhead. I choose not to go where these guys at. I know where some real hardcore crackheads at. I know several spots here in Dallas. Man, it's just like looking at a movie. It's so ignorant over there, it's pathetic. I choose not to hang in that area. Ain't nothing there for me. Hell, I do pretty damn good. Y'all follow me on Patreon. Like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching.